What's up, guys? Welcome to the Stats Free Sports channel. Here to bring you NBA prediction video, NBA draft prediction video to be specific. And this one, big man Donovan Clingan. I believe he will be a member of the Memphis Grizzlies when it's all said and done in this year's draft. Let's talk about why, guys. So in this video, I'm going to give you a little draft profile, a view into Donovan Clingan and his game, give you some pros, some cons, some things, some kind of a pro comparisons as well, guys in the league currently who kind of reminds me of him, and also give you some alternative fits, in case I am wrong, because the prediction video, I can be wrong. It does happen, but I am right a nice little fair share of time as well. So, but we'll get into that. So alternative fits, alternative options, but also, I'm gonna give you the reasons why I believe he will be a Memphis Grizzly when the draft is all said and done, is over with. Let's get into it, guys. So Donovan Clingan, 7'2", 280, big boy, real big boy. He's a throwback. He's not a throwback, but he's more of a standard five. I won't say throwback, but more of a standard five. Gives you the same feel of a Jalen Duren, Derek Lively, Mark Williams, Zubac, Walker Kessler. Those are some of the guys who give you those same things. I think Lively's more athletic, but more of a Walker Kessler type, Zubac type, Jakob Poeltl, former Spur, now with the Raptors. He's more of that type of guy rather than your Evan Mobley's, Wembanyama's, Chet Holmgren. He's not in that realm and probably never will be. Not that athletic as far as, and doesn't have the skill set to do those things that those big guys do. They're just special unicorn type of guys, bowl. They're just different. But he gives you that classic five. That's going to be mainly a rim protector and a rim finisher. That's it. He might develop a little shot, foul line, 18-footer maybe down the line, but you don't really expect that. If it happens, great. If it doesn't, that's not what he's there for anyways, So, as I said, Zubac, Jakob Poeltl, Walker Kessler are my main three spots of comparison for him. Mainly Walker Kessler. I think he's been great in Utah. His couple years there now, and I think that's the impact you would expect from a guy like Donovan Clingan. And a little bit into his background, he was a key bench player for UConn's 2023 title run, which they did end up winning. He returned this past season, was a starter, and one of the fan favorites from that team, and they won a title yet again as a number one seed for the UConn Huskies team. Obviously their head coach was in the running for the Lakers job. Was it serious? Was it not? That's up for debate. But he did get some more money out of UConn. He ended up staying there as well. Turned down the Lakers job. Then they offered 6 years 70, 6 years 60, whatever it was. Uh, so he's going back, but their star center, Donovan Clingan, is now going to the NBA. Now, looking at some possible fits, some other teams that could, pick him before the Memphis Grizzlies. Like I said, I don't think they will, but let's go through them one by one. Atlanta Hawks, number one pick. Will they go him over Sar, who reportedly doesn't want to go there? I forgot the other guy's name. Forgive me, the small forward from overseas. Shucks, forgot his name now. I'm drawing a blank, but he's probably number one overall pick. It's been kind of rumored for a while now. I did a video on Alex Sarr going to the Hawks. I think that makes the most sense. But the rumor is Sarr doesn't want to go there anyways, so they're gonna go with the versatile forward. Can't remember his name to save my butt right now, but he's gonna go one from how it seems. Athletic guy, pretty solid, has high potential, pretty good floor as well. But I would go Sarr. I don't care what him and his camp want. I'm gonna go Sarr personally. But so if he goes one, then you have the Washington Wizards. Will they go two? Excuse me, at two. Excuse me. Will they go Clingan over Sarr? That's doubtful. That is doubtful. And going back to number one Hawks pick before, I didn't really explain why not Clingan. If you're not going to go Sar, an athletic guy, you're going to go with an athletic rim protector. You already have Big O. You already have Clint Capella. If you're going to go someone at one and take those two guys' spot, you're going to go someone who could be a generational talent or at least close to that. And Sar is that guy. I wouldn't go number one for Clingan. unless you trade back and go, maybe 3, 4, or 5, and you trade back to get Clingan. But I wouldn't go number one and get Clingan over Sar or even that overseas forward. I just wouldn't do it personally. He's one of the guys that I think is gonna be Clingan. It is gonna be good, but not great. I don't think he'll be great. He'll be great at his role, but not an overall great player. But Sar has potential to be that. So I wouldn't go Clingan over Sar. So I think the Hawks have their eyes set on that forward. So I think Hawks go forward number one. The Wizards, they have to go Sar at number two. High potential, high floor, even higher ceiling. Like, yeah, you have to go him. And then number three, you know, uh, tough as well. But the rumor on, then you go to the Hornets next. The rumor on the Hornets is the Hornets kind of wanted him over Mark Williams. Mark Williams is good rebounder, but doesn't have the doesn't have the defensive presence that Clingan has. Will they get rid of Mark Williams already? Not get rid, but push him down to a lesser role when he played pretty well last year. The rumor is saying no, they don't want nothing to do with Clingan. It wouldn't make sense, and it would be a tough call to get Williams, who played well last year from Duke. Then to get another big man as well, you're gonna need more pieces around LaMelo Ball, and I don't know if getting Clingan would be the right answer. I had a video and even a thumbnail prep for that, and I was gonna do a video questioning the Hawks going with Clingan if that was their move. Not Hawks, excuse me, the Hornets, because I think that would have been a poor draft choice. So I really love, if the Hornets don't go Clingan because you have Mark Williams and he's not Clingan. They're different. They're two different style big men, but you can't go center, that high in the draft back to back, especially when Williams played pretty well. The defense isn't there, but the offense and everything else is there pretty much. So you can't go them, in my opinion, if you're the Hornets. So I would say they pass on Clingan, and that leaves the Hawks. I mean, that leaves the Memphis Grizzlies. Hawks say no at number one. Wizards at two say no. They go Sar most likely. I say the Memphis Grizzlies, all the way at pick 9, are the best landing spot for Donovan Clingan. Now, the thing with that is the Grizzlies might have to trade up for him because if Clingan falls, there is a chance a team trades up for him. The Lakers at pick 17 could go up for him. The Spurs have pick 4 and 8. Could they keep 4 and trade 8 and let someone take 8 and get Clingan? That's possible, So the Rockets I believe Rockets at pick 5, they shouldn't need Clingan. So it's not too many teams in that top 10 that need him right now. But the Memphis Grizzlies so far at number 9, they might have to trade up and go get that, maybe 4 from or maybe 5 from Houston, swap there, and then get Clingan in the top 5. If you get past there, the Spurs having pick 8 right before the Memphis pick, there's a chance that Memphis could miss out on Clingan altogether. So you have a contender like the Lakers. Who else might come to mind real quick? Lakers. Who needs interior? The Thunder. They could use him. They just traded Giddey for Alex Caruso. I wouldn't mind seeing, Clingan with Chet Holmgren. That'd be a great pairing at the 4 and 5 spot there for certain situations. So those two teams, the first thing that come to mind without really thinking too hard. The Thunder and the Lakers could trade up and go get that, 5th pick from the Rockets or pick 6 or something, and then go get it and get Clingan there. So I'll be very careful and be very aware if you're the Memphis Grizzlies, and go ahead and go in right to why I believe he's the best fit for him. He gives them what they've been wanting for years now. They tried the Steven Adams experiment years ago, never really panned out. He's kind of lost his luster as soon as he got to the Grizzlies. He kind of started getting more injured, wasn't playing as well. But you go to the Memphis Grizzlies roster, they're in a pretty good spot. I really think they're one of my dark horse teams to make a very, very big impact this season. In the Western Conference, it's going to be very tough, obviously. Everyone's pretty good, but they're going to be back on a mission. Ja Morant fully healthy, fully rested after missing most of last season with the suspension plus the injury. Marcus Smart coming back, Desmond Bain, Jaren Jackson. Those are the key guys there. Then you have guys like Vince Williams, Luke Kennard, Gigi Jackson came on the scene last year. Santi Adama, Brandon Clark. So even Zaire Williams still. I don't know if he's part of that future plan still. We'll see. But you're gonna have a lot of team with a lot of depth there, and adding Clingan, who would fill that Steven Adams role, which they've been trying to get forever. He never could fill it from just being injured or not playing well as he used to back in the day. I think that's the perfect spot for him because everything Adams had in his prime, that's what they need. Interior presence, shot blocking, toughness, rebounding, controlling the paint. Just off being vocal, off knowing the scheme, all that good stuff is what Clingan brings to the Grizzlies and to whatever team he ended up being drafted to. Those are his main strengths: interior defense, interior scoring, and rebounding. His main weaknesses, they'll definitely come into effect in certain moments, but mainly it'll be taken away because the surrounding players around the Grizzlies are so versatile. But a big thing about him is versatility. He can't play the four. Clingan cannot play the four. Jaren Jackson would go down to the four. Clingan be the five. Then you have that's being one of the big things with Clingan. He's not going to be available at all times because certain situations might require small ball. But that's where Jaren Jackson comes in the building, comes into play. Excuse me, and he's going to be their normal five anyways in certain situations. So he's used to that. That's perfect there. They have free throws. He's below a 60% free throw shooter. That's tough. So that's something I work on as well. And then explosion is his last con to his game. That's not going to change either. 7'2", 280, not super duper athletic like Wembanyama and those guys. It's part of his makeup. You can't change athleticism, So he's not explosive. He's not he's a rim grazer more than he's a high flyer at his size. So it is what it is. You can't change that. Those things you can't really work around either. Explosion, can't change that. Versatility, can't change that. But the free throw percentage can come up a little bit. Can at least get to 60, a little bit over 60. That's something I will hope and look forward to seeing from him. But other than that, his game is his game. He comes in as a complete prospect for the most part. Has to get used to the speed, I'm sure, the speed of the game, run down the court, full intensity, which he normally does anyway. So I think he'll be fine. So I think the Grizzlies, out of all teams, the Grizzlies are the main one in that top 10 that could use his services right away. They just got to be able to snag them because, as I said, the main two teams, if I were to guess, the main two teams who would trade up for a guy like Clingan, it has to be the Lakers or the Thunder. Has to be. That's the main thing that if I'm the Grizzlies, I'll be scared of. The Lakers trading up finally, because I don't know, I don't know that if Davis, AD gonna play the five. They always want him to, but he don't really want to, and he bulks up a little bit. And the injuries wasn't a factor last year, but it could be this year. You never know. He getting old. He's getting older, obviously. So every year he gets older. Every game is a different scare with AD. So I would say bring in a true five like Clingan, the Lakers will be happy. Same with the Thunder. Bringing a true five to pair with Chet Holmgren, who can deal with the banging of the obviously Clingan. I wouldn't think would shut down Jokic and nothing like that, but he would give you a different look, a bigger body, a more physical presence than AD and Chet Holmgren for their respective teams, and also a nice shot blocker as well, intimidator, all that good stuff. So I think that's something you could look for and pair with those two guys. And also Jaren Jackson too. He can't guard Jokic either. You have him in there. He can at least help with guarding Jokic and Cat and all those big boys down when they come in the paint and stuff like that. So that's it for the video, guys. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.